Hey gang, welcome to Bugbears and Brews. My name's Brian, and today we're going to recap the 33rd encounter of our Tomb of Annihilation campaign. And while we're doing that, we're going to be drinking a Varka beer. No, it's with a W, but it's Polish, so it's Varka. Um, and I got this from Polonia, Polish restaurant on Hamtramck. Fantastic Polish food. This is supposed to be a strong lager, I think. Tried to do a little bit of research on it, but it wasn't exactly the easiest to do. Um, but it's supposed to be like kind of a lighter beer, but it's got a little bit of like the dark roastiness to it. Sounded kind of interesting on paper. So there we go. I could get behind this. Yeah, definitely not what I expected given that it's listed as a lager. Yeah, it's just got that good. It's weird. It's like this in between beer. It's definitely not a lager. I mean, it's listed as a lager, so I can't say it's definitely not a lager. But like when you think of like your traditional lagers, it doesn't taste anything like that. Um, it's probably got more in common with. I wouldn't even go like dark as a porter. Like I'm not even sure. It's like it's really weird in between beer, but it's really good. It's got some roastiness to it, but it's not super heavy, not super dense. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna throw back on these. I'm kind of a little sad that I only got one of these. Super malty though. Uh, what is it? 6.5% ABV. Yeah. So drink this. It's a 16 ounce that it comes in, I believe, right? 1 pint, 1.9 ounces, so almost 1 point, 1 pint, 0.9 ounces, so almost 17 ounces. So that talked 2 minutes on beer. Not even like I rambled 2 minutes on beer. Let's get to the session though, because kind of a lot, but not a lot happened. Weird, all right, whatever. So we got into, we stepped away from the mirror room and we went to this next room that had several undead painter guys painting different scenes. They were going over, painting over a couple other scenes that they painted, but they were painting your escapades throughout the campaign, or not the campaign, within the tomb. So like they show the latest one they were working on was Obrecht getting killed by the I-beam there. I don't remember what the other scenes I mentioned there, but just highlight reel, let's call it that. Some good, some bad. But looking at this room, so you had like this lowered section that these guys were painting, we'll call it like a gallery type situation. And around the top, there were a bunch of statues that had these hornet mask warrior guys. And then there was a very nasty looking bone made out, or throne made out of bones and flesh. And resting on it was a scepter. And one of the clues that Ace Rock left was find the scepter's twin. So you guys thought, let's start there. Let's take a look and see what we can do. Carr did try to interact a little bit with the painters. They didn't really try to do much. Like they didn't try to interact back. They just kind of like acknowledge that you guys were there, that you guys go about your business. God, it's just such a... Sorry, it's just not what I would expect from listed as a Pilsner. So you guys are messing with or looking at the statue, not messing with it. Navarre, he grabs the scepter via mage hand, and as he's doing this, Ildrex leans against the throne there and goes a little bit insane, turns around, and smacks Carr, or not Carr. So as this was going on, Ildrex is going insane. Carr goes and like just absolutely just one-off throws the scepter at Carr and absolutely smacks Carr in the face with it. And as he's doing that, he turns around and Ildrex smacks Navarre in the face with the staff of striking. Hurt a decent amount. but a quick use of remove curse, as Navarre suspected, quickly ended the situation. So now you guys have the scepter, but you're not sure what to do. So you start casing the room, and Barlow found this secret passage and says, "Hey guys, let's go check this out." And it leads to a 15 by 15 room. There's this, um, I think it was obsidian or something like that, chest or a sarcophagus with um, lead bands over top of it. There's this pretty sun, we'll call it mobile, whatever, mobile, hanging over the top of the sarcophagus. But the room itself is painted to like make it look like you're outside of the dungeon. And it had like this nice floral scent, like you could almost hear birds chirping. Really nice, good night, place to stay the night if you weren't had the sarcophagus there. Anyway, sarcophagus means you guys want to loot it, right? So I forget who, but somebody jimmied off the bands pretty easily and left them all in one place. That was great. And inside was a perfectly preserved body. You guys did a couple things to prove that it was a body, female body, and you guys, given the information around the room, Barlow was able to determine that this was the last Queen of Omu. So somehow she's in here and she is preserved. She had nothing there ring is like undead or anything like that you know of. Inside her sarcophagus, she had a scepter and she had a jewelry box with a little shape of a cockroach that could, like a little jeweled cockroach could be set in, and that's important because on the lid of the sarcophagus was a jeweled cockroach. So you guys kind of try to figure out what's the best way to do this, and eventually you're like, let's get the items one at a time. Go ahead and start with the jewelry box, and then after the jewelry box, we'll grab the scepter. There's a little bit of debate back and forth. Do we switch the scepter? Do we just grab it? What do we do? Anyway, people get positions. Barlow opens up the jewelry box. Inside, there's this, what was it, like a jade crocodile key, and then a necklace of fireballs with 8 beads. And Barlow grabs both of them. As soon as he grabs both of them, the angry sun lights up and just explodes in the room and causes okay damage to some of the people that were in the room. But all in all, relatively unscathed. Next, Barlow, before anybody has time to like recover, figure out what's going on, Barlow grabs the sarcophagus, or not the sarcophagus, the scepter. And I will say that Ildrex did say, like, as soon as he grabs the scepter, he's going to try to push the sarcophagus closed. So he did that because he was, worried that something's going to happen, and something did happen. So I gave everybody advantage on their saves for the next trap that went off, which was a bunch of like kind of brackish-looking spew came out from the queen, and just tainted the air. And so everybody rolled their saves. Some people made it, some people didn't. And even though this one was deadlier than the previous trap, it actually did less damage. But still, that's 2 traps right in a row. Like, oh man, shit's going bad. So, but after that, you guys had the scepter. Like, see ya, we're done. Let's leave this room. And so, let's head back out. Just be done. Let's say, screw it. We have what we wanted. We have 2 scepters now. We have a necklace of fireball. We have this jade crocodile key for whatever it's good for. Let's head off. As you're doing this, Barlow dons the necklace of fireballs, which is cursed. So 8 beads of fireball go off all at once, and I think it was 12d6 or something like that. A lot of damage. And here's where shit got deep, because like everybody failed saves. Barlow, so let's see here. Barlow went down. Ildrex went down. Sai made it, and I think he didn't take any damage because he's a super monk, right? Thessalon went down. Carr went down. Leorn wasn't there, so Jose couldn't make it. So that left Navarre and Sai up. But on top of everybody going down, The guys down in the pit, the artist died as well. And with that, some sort of angry zombie T-Rex guy came out from the ground. Makes no sense, but it's what's in the module. And you guys told me don't pull any punches, so that's what we did. So 4 party members down. Navarre had like 6 hit points or something ridiculous like that. Sai was okay, relatively speaking. But here we have this big monstrosity about to eat the crap out of you guys. And so first thing, like, let's get everybody back in that room. Let's hurry up and try to get someplace where that T-Rex can get. And so that, you guys started working on that. And Navarre used Hypnotic Pattern, I think it is. And that saved your guys' asses. You guys were able to get everybody in there safely. But then we broke into a really cool session of triaging, like doing some medicine checks, trying to role play who looks who looks this bad, who looks that bad, trying to remember who the hell had a healing potion, rummaging through sacks and whatnot. And we only lost 1 character. Barlow, sadly, in the midst of all that, failed his death saves, and we have now lost Barlow. He will forever live on as a unit and measure in all D&D campaigns that I run. To Barlow. Cheers to Barlow. But from there, you guys were able to recover. Eventually, Don did hallucinatory terrain or something like that to make it look like you guys were behind a door. And then from there, I forget the exacts on how you snuck by. Oh, banished. That's right. Carr did banishment. I think it was Carr. Maybe it was Thessaly now because we have a new caster. Did banishment on the zombie Rex, and you guys just booked it through the room. You said, screw it, we're done. From there, let's just be done with it and head over to the next room. Next room, you heading down some stairs. Things are looking great. All of a sudden, so there's a treasure chest down at the bottom. Take a look at the treasure chest. Don't trust it. Flick a coin. Coin lands. Everything's great. Whoever flicked the coin, I forget who it was, goes to take a couple steps. Here's a click from the top of the stairs. Indiana Jones ball trap comes coming after you guys. And to make shit worse, at the bottom of the stairs, just beyond the treasure chest, is an acid pit. So Carr, it's Carr, because Carr's the one that fell in the acid pit as well as he went to go grab the coin. Carr fell down in the acid pit. People are dodging. People are getting hit by this boulder. People are getting pushed all around. And I was so thinking that we were going to have a complete party wipe, going from one situation which we recovered from going to another. And then, we recovered from this one as well, even though I was like, oh man, we're going to lose Carr now too. This is going to suck. Due to some really good thinking by Navarre. Navarre was able to get Carr out of there with Fly and Dimension Door, get him away, get him patched up, and then you guys took a short rest. And I'm not even roll. You guys went through a lot of shit. I'm all for trying to break up a short rest when I feel like it's not necessary, but this case, you guys were pushed to the limit, and you guys deserved it. So after the short rest, take a look around in this room. One of the things you notice in the wreckage of the... That's really full. I might have to take a sip of this. I'm sorry. That's like so bad I'm not going to pick it up. There we go. In the wreckage of the treasure chest, there was an invisible key. So Ildrix picked up the invisible key. And in the center, or towards the back of this room, there was a crystalline chest, or a sarcophagus. You guys can see bits of a snail, really big snail, on the interior. And it's going through all these different colors. Think like the horses from Wizard of Oz. Each couple seconds it's flicking to a different color, different color, different color. And all along the sides of this room, there's a giant... giant maze etched on the walls. And one of the things that you guys remember from the clues was the maze holds the key. So you guys start taking a look at this maze on the wall, and you notice it's shifting every couple not a couple seconds, but it's continually shifting. So like you feel like you got it, and then all of a sudden it shifts, and then it shifts, and it just made it a little hard to puzzle out. But as you guys are looking at it, you guys notice it's not just a like a image on the wall. Actually, it's a little itty bitty maze. And so after examining it for a little bit and trying a couple different keys that you had on the chest, you decided somebody's going to try to trace the maze. And Navarre, given that he solved a very similar maze previously, is going to trace this. And so he touches it, and he gets pulled right into the maze. And so everybody else that's in that room now sees 10 skeletal minotaurs appear. And that is where we left off. Reminder, next week's game is online. And go ahead and make a level 10 character if you haven't already. Just no long rest in between. You just are going to get the additional benefits that you would have had from 9 to 10. This session, this is a lesson in how deadly trap upon trap upon trap can get. I felt really bad about doing the necklace of fireballs, but like I didn't push. Like it wasn't like, hey Barlow, what are you doing with the necklace of fireballs? Are you wearing it? No, like we were just sitting there kind of bullshitting at the table, and then I hear Mark go, I put the necklace of fireballs on my neck, which was the trigger for the fireballs to explode. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, where's everybody at? And everybody was nice and neat and right there. So really glad that we came back from the brink though. Like the triage session was a lot of fun. I think even though technically there were only 2 characters involved, the table as a whole got into like what would the characters know, what wouldn't they know, really kind of getting into that, and it was a lot of fun. So even though we came this close, we were really close to a complete party wipe, we came back from it and it was fun. I'm gonna drink the rest of my beer. See, it's still really full even after I took that table sip. And then I don't know, maybe it's another mojito night. I did pick up mint. So talk to you later, guys. Bye.